my very first stories were those that I told while playing video games. Towards the beginning of my life, the very first video games I played were on the Atari 2600, which is a very ancient video gaming system. For you youngins, that is before the Nintendo Entertainment System came to the United States in 1986. I was 7 when that happened. So prior to that, I was playing Atari games. And Atari games had no story at all. Very little in the way of graphics. Everything was just large squares moving about the place. And it's amazing what they were able to do with that incredibly limited technology. Then Nintendo came out and everything changed. Suddenly we had 8-bit music files that played alongside these graphics, and it was an incredible step up of technology. The characters moved faster, they had more pixel art, they had more ideas, and so I was able to create little stories in my head of these characters. Then they got to the point where they started having words on the screen, which was kind of cool. And you had the original Final Fantasy, which the original Final Fantasy is one of these interesting games where it was one of the first JRPGs. And while there was plenty of story going on in the world, your characters were all kind of blank slates. They were all silent protagonist blank slates that you chose and named. And you could create little stories in your head around the characters. So I would play various games that didn't have a lot of story in them, and I would make up my own. And then I got older, and now there's these games that are designed for you to make stories with them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create some stuff that has to do with Crusader Kings 3. I've been playing a bunch of that lately, and I've been having a good time with it. I'm not good enough to be one of the folks that's like, here's this grand strategy that you can do with this game, because I watch those guys and I'm pretty in awe of them. But what I can do is I can make nifty cultures and develop little pieces of story through that you can actually use. I've actually written down some plot elements based on games that I've played, because political intrigue has always been something that's kind of eluded me. But when you play Crusader Kings, political intrigue is pretty much the name of the game. You know, alliances and relationships between characters, and the ability to, have characters get married, and have characters have kids, and have characters have relationships, and have characters get divorced, and it's everything you need for some good old-fashioned drama. And I've actually had a few games that were incredibly good in the drama department. So I have written them down a little bit. And I like to play the game with some themes attached, and I'm probably not going to do much in the way of gameplay, but I will point out some character creation methods that make interesting characters that I happen to like, or interesting cultures. Like I pulled one of the Mongolian cultures into Ireland, and that was really kind of cool, because the horse archers do extremely well in flatlands, and so Ireland has it. I brought them down into Africa at one place, and that was kind of interesting, because it was like, can you stay in the dry land areas, and if you do that, you'll fight off everything. So I've got some thoughts. I'm going to jot down some ideas while I'm at work, and we'll see what I can record. We'll see what happens.